Hi, this is Darren Eaton here for Shao Art's Visual Effects House. Coming to you today with another visual effects tutorial on a basic firebending technique that you can use in After Effects and using stock footage. First, I want to show you guys that we have the website up and running, shaoarts.com. We now own the domain name and have full copyright to it. And we only have a home page and an About Us page right now, but we'll have the tutorial page as soon as this one's up, so let's get right to it. Let's hop on over into After Effects, and we'll show you guys what we'll be creating today. Alright, so let's break this scene down just a little bit. Sorry, my mouse is a little funky. So we have our fire, we have the fire element, we have masking, so take that off. You have masking, then you have fire elements, you have lighting. The fire is affecting the scene, so it's affecting lighting right here, and then me. And you also have a heat haze, which you can see is a distortion layer. And yeah, so let's get right to it. Alright, we're going to start this tutorial out with doing the preliminary stuff, so let's go ahead and create our lighting effects. I'm going to right click, make a new adjustment layer. Then I'm going to go with the pen tool, come in here, and I know I want my fire in this general area, so the light needs to be affecting the floor. So let's go ahead and have it affect the floor. And it needs to be affecting this wall as well, so I'm going to create a mask around this wall. And then it needs to be affecting me, so I'll go ahead and draw some quick masks around where the fire would be affecting my face and body. And this is all just preliminary work. Alright, now that we have our masking done, we can go into right click in our effects control panel. We'll open up color correction and we'll do a hue and saturation. Click on colorize, and we're going to tint it an orange color. I'm going to bump up the saturation so we get more of that orange in there. And bump up the lightness. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit F, and we're going to go through and affect the feathering on each of these layers. So I'm going to turn off my mask for right now, and then I'm just going to start with the first mask right here and feather it appropriately so that way it blends into the scene very nice. Go to our second mask, this one, feather that one so that way it blends nicely with the lighting. Third mask, which is the fist, and this is the reason why I'm doing them individually, because if I feather this one the same amount as I'm doing that one, you won't even be able to see it at all. See, so it's very gradual. Okay, next mask. I'm sorry if I'm going too quickly, you can just pause the video. And the final mask. Let's see how that looks. Alright, I'm going to toggle on all of these mask properties. I'm going to lower the opacity on this mask. Alright. Next, we're going to hit our adjustment layer, hit T, and we're going to alt-click on our stopwatch. We're going to type in a wiggle expression. So I'm going to type in wiggle, open parentheses, 7, 75, in parentheses. So now our light, but I don't like that it's all the way down, so I'm going to get rid of my wiggle expression, and I'm going to lower the opacity for the layer as a whole, and then add in my wiggle expression. So I'll click again, wiggle, open parentheses, 5, comma, 75, end parentheses. And now you see that it'll wiggle on and off. Alright, next we are going to do our distortion layer. So I'm using Fire elements from Action Essentials 2, but you can use Fire elements from anywhere that you choose. I import it in my Fire folder, and I'm going to choose Fire 5 and put that above the adjustment layer. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-compose this layer. So layer, pre-compose, and move attributes into new comp. Call this Displacement Map. And double click on this. So we can go in. I'm going to move the fire over so it's in full effect. And then I'm going to press S to scale it down and try to line it up to where I know I need my footage to be. And then I'm going to take a mask and mask around the edges so I don't get that harsh line. And then I'm going to hit toggle our mask, go to subtract, hit F, and feather the mask. A little bit. Alright. Let's go back to our sequence and see. Yeah, that's about right, actually. Okay. So we're going to toggle off our displacement map now. I'm going to right click, new adjustment layer. Title this title this Heat Haze. Now open up our effects control panel. Right click, Distort Displacement Map. And then next I'm going to use the displacement map as a distortion. And as you can see, we have our heat haze. I'm going to change the channels from red to alpha and over to alpha as well. And that gives it a more realistic feel. Bump this up to 1. This to 1. Let's make it 2. Keep it at 1. No, I'll keep it at alpha. And let's do stretch the map to fit. And then just adjust accordingly to get rid of these lines on the side. That's really no good. -1.5 and -1.5. Actually, I'm going to reset that. Put it back to displacement map.